Hey guys, welcome back. I think this video is going to be part 5. Hopefully it should be the last one because I think I'm just about ready to fire this sucker up, so see how we go for time. Maybe a bit later on in the video I'll fire this bad boy up. But before we get to that, the video, I tried to make a video of installing the carby and the fuel lines and all that sort of stuff. Had some dramas with my phone, I couldn't get it to work, and a long story. But anyway, so here we are, it's all installed. Now, the last video, I think it was, when I was talking about the carby and having my little bitch about it, wouldn't you know it, the very next day, the bastard turned up. So, anyways, it's a Walbro 1191, I think, by memory. So hopefully it should be good for this big sucker. Now I'm going to run Baja style air filter, just for the simple fact is I've got plenty of these. I've got enough to make up another at least two or three bloody air filter setups. Plus the original Maverick ones, they're pretty much all enclosed with just suction from the front. Anyway, so that's the only difference really. But anyway, so we're going to run with that style filter. Now, as you can see, on the main thing you can see here, the big pipe, she's a Dominator. Now, I don't know the exact, like with your rear pipes, they got the version 2 and everything else. Not too sure, but Dominator, and it is supposedly, well, it is the silenced version of this pipe. Now, the thing with these pipes, now, this particular thing is mainly designed for the Baja, so hence, when you can see there's a bracket on the front down here where there's another one that bolts to it, and it's got a piece that goes out that side and out this side and bolts down to the front part on the chassis of the or the front brace on your Baja. And I've actually gone and made a different setup here with a spacer and a nut and bolt that runs right through. See, there's those two there go through the front bracket. Now the other thing is with this pipe, they have this brace, okay? This brace normally goes on there, which usually, for the Baja, bottom hole, this bottom hole mounts into that side mount there, right? Now, the only reason that this is not going to fit now is because of the header pipe I had to make, so I can get this thing to sit in the right place, hence why it doesn't fit properly. So I may have to make something else up, whether I just as another means of securing this thing so it doesn't vibrate all over the place. Maybe down the chassis or somewhere. We'll work that out. Now, while we're on the topic of the exhaust, now I had to fabricate my own header because, like you guys would probably know, the exhaust port in these 45s, they're quite substantially bigger than most of the others, and also your hole centers for your mount. What I did was I had to make up obviously that because I had nothing else that was close to even fitting. So I got a bit of flat steel and I made two of these little suckers. Now, using the supplied exhaust gaskets to get the hole centers and everything else right, and call it your exhaust port, so it's the exact same size. That was a lot of drilling holes through there, filing and everything else. So I made two just in case I stuffed that one up. So I got a spare. But keeping in mind, this may come in handy later on, like depending on if I want to run this motor and something else, maybe, I don't know, maybe I won't. But it can also be used as a spacer, put in behind this one for positioning of your pipe and whatever else. So I got a spare. Now, yeah, like I said, with the carby and the plug turned up the day after that bloody video. It's frustrating, but it's all there. Fuel lines are on. It is a choked carby too, so I don't know. We'll see how this thing goes. What else we got here? So, yes. So anyway, I almost forgot to tell you is now in here, because the different size of the pipe that I put to here onto this pipe, this one's smaller than that one. but they're not a nice, not a nice fit, but they're not a right fit. So I had to make up a flange that would fit over this and over this, so as you can sandwich the two together, if you can picture it, but you can't see it because it's underneath this rubber. So bit of R&D, we'll see how that goes. Might be right, might be shit, might have to come up with some other design, but we'll see. We'll suck and see. That's all about doing all these modifications, you know. Like you're working with rigs and, you know, trial and error. You know, it's not the original thing, it's all modified, whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so everything else is pretty much there. The only other thing is this, like I said before, this pipe is the silenced version, righto? So there's two in, so I'll pull this out and give you a look. There's two bolts, one here and one under here. So if we pull this sucker out, which I've already taken them bolts out, now there's some kind of, I don't know, some kind of matting or mat. I don't know what this sort of fabric is, but as you can see, it's starting to fall apart. There's a piece coming off already. So my plan originally was to rip this sucker out. So if I take that away, I don't know what sort of fabric that is. It's weird. It's not fiberglass, but it's like a matte, some kind of fabric. But anyway, I'm not going to use it because I always thought I wanted this bad boy to bark. So that's hence why I'm pulling out. Now that there, looking at that, that's what, well, I mean, your first thoughts when you look at this, almost a bit like a motorbike exhaust, isn't it really? Like a baffle. So we'll see how this goes. I'm going to run it without that on, so it'd be pretty much to the point where it's unsilenced, really. So it's really cool to see how this thing sounds. So that's how we're going to run with that. The only other thing with this pipe, now I don't have a new body for this truck as yet, but the MT body, there's no holes in the top, so maybe I may have to work out a way to see if I can reposition this so that maybe so I can come out down the back somewhere. I don't know. We'll work it out. We'll see how it goes. So, but anyway, guys, that's where we're up to with this sucker. Oh, and you probably see already another reason why, and I didn't. This was just totally by accident, actually, where the pull start is versus the pipe. So you can imagine what it would be like when the pull start was back over here. Okay, so that was just an added bonus that wasn't deliberate, but I'm going to claim it. So this is where we're up to. Stick around, guys, because hopefully later on in this video I want to fire this sucker up, see how it sounds, get it to run, start the break-in process. So yeah, that's where we're going to go. Stay watching, guys, because this sucker will be starting soon.
Ooh.
This thing has got some compression, I can tell you that. Holy, had a good grip on this bad boy. There she is, guys. My God, that thing's got some compression. Woo, damn. Now, as you can see, I still have to get the another shock top for that back shock on here. But anyway, damn it, that thing's got some compression. Righto, this will be the start of the heat cycle, so I'm going to do 3 of these, about 20 minutes each, and we'll go from there, eh? But there she is, boys and girls. First start of the big bad boy. Alright, stay tuned. See you in the next bit. There we go, guys. The last of the 3 heat cycles. What I did was, I did 3 heat cycles, 20 minutes each, and in between each one, I let the motor cool right down, and then start again. So, almost a tank of juice gone. So yeah, the 3 heat cycles are done. From here, we can start driving it now, and drive, like, put the wheels on, start driving it, just steady, for the first couple of tanks, and then we can start getting a bit more throttle, So we'll play that by ear. Now, in saying all this, this is my monster truck. Now, shout out to a bloke who saw my last video. I've been following him for quite some time now. Botagel. It's your turn, buddy. Get your MTXL. Let's see that bad boy with that nice shiny jewel you got there sitting there for it. Looking forward to seeing that. Any of you guys into this sort of stuff? Go and check out Botagel on YouTube. He's about to do very shortly an MTXL build, and he's got a beautiful engine to go in it. So check him out. And John, can't wait to see it, buddy. Now, like I said before, now we've done the heat cycles. Now we can start driving it. So the wheels will go on. Before I do that, I'll go over all the bolts and nuts and screws and everything else. Make sure everything's all tight again. I just noticed I got an engine mount spacer down here that's flopping around. So kind of figured, a bit of a shakedown, tighten everything back up, then we can start driving it and just taking it steady for a couple of tanks, and we can start giving it, or for at least a tank, and just start working its way in. And hopefully, by the time I've done all that, she'll be a go in there. Like I said, still got a couple of things to get. Shock top here, I'll be able to get that pretty easy. But yeah, that's where we are, guys. So maybe the next video will be a running video of this bad boy. So part 5, MT, Maverick MT, 45cc implant, heat cycle's done, ready to drive. Stick around, guys. Like I say all the time, get your rigs, get outside, go for a play. And I'll see you guys in the next one.